Hello all, and welcome back to the YouTube channel of All Day Chess TD. As you guys know, we have many different series in this channel. We have GM game analysis, puzzle solving, viewer analysis, beginner chess lessons, and more to come. But one of my most favorites is puzzle solving, so today we're back at it with another puzzle solving episode. So we've done 3 mate in 1s, we've done 3 mate in 2s, and now we're going to be doing our mate in 3 puzzles. These puzzles are extremely hard, and so guys, please take your time on it. These can be extremely frustrating, challenging, and blow you out of your mind. But guys, these are very fun. So without further ado, let's hop right into puzzle number 1. Wow, that's the one word I can use to describe this position. Extremely crazy. They have 3 of their pawns on our 4th rank. We don't have any pawns on their 5th rank. We each have a rook, each have a knight, each have a bishop. We have an extra knight and bishop, but they have a rook. We have a queen and a queen, but they have 6 more pawns than us, and their king's out in the center. Wow. Take a moment to think that in. What did I just say? That's just too crazy. So now we have to try and figure out how we can get a mate in 3. Well, let's see. Some of their most important squares, such as f7, is blocked by the rook, f5 is blocked by the pawn, e5 is blocked by the bishop. So now we just need to block a couple more squares, give a check, and that's it. Or is it? See, that's the problem. Mate in 3s can be very difficult, and I don't blame you if you can't get it. That's why I'm here to help. Because you can either have a silent move, which is very deadly, and then another silent deadly move, and then a checkmate, or maybe it's an obvious checkmate, or check silent move, then checkmate. So many possibilities. But I'll give you a hint. Our knight here is blocking a very important square for our queen. So if we move the knight out of the way, we can get our queen to this square, and then we'll be doing very good. But where do we move this knight? Let's see. If we move it to a square such as g5, f6, d6, c3, d2, f2, they don't do anything, right? So what's the one square we can move our knight to? It's c5. So guys, this is the very first move. It's very hard to spot. Knight c5, giving a check. So now the king cannot come back to d7, excuse me, because the knight's guarding it. Can't go to f7. It can't come here because of the bishop. It can't come to f5 because of the pawn, and it can't come here because of the queen. So now they need to take it. And knights can't be blocked since they, check from an L, like an L perspective. So they need to capture. Let's say they capture with a pawn. What can we do? Well, our whole idea was to free up this e4 square for our queen, right? So now let's play possibly queen e4. No, actually this doesn't work. Here's why. Queen e4, then they can play king to d7, and then let's say we try and give a check with like knight to d4, but no, this is no good because they can simply block, which is actually not good because they're pinned and they can't do that, but they could just move away and there's no checkmate. But we're on the right track. After d takes e5, what if we play another sacrifice? Let's see what sacrifice we can come up with. Knight c7 isn't very good because it's just knight c7, and then it's a mate in 3, and the king can't move anywhere, obviously, but there's still many possibilities, like queen c7, and then bishop c7, and then we're still completely winning, but it's not a quick way to finish the game. Like, if you're low on time, right, we don't want to procrastinate the game's finish. So let's see, we have dc5. What about knight to d4? Another knight sacrifice, right? And then let's say this move is actually not only a knight sacrifice, but a really big reason is the last move was to free up this e4 square, correct? This move is so that this bishop on a4, which probably lots of you guys didn't see, can become very powerful and attack this d7 square. Well, actually protect it from the king going there. So now, as we can see, the king can't come to f7, can't come to d7, can't come to d6, can't come to e5, can't come to f5, can't come to e4. We're so close. And it's already in check. So it's checkmate, right? No, it's not checkmate yet. Sorry, guys, because it takes... But wait, we're on the right idea. This is already guarded. This is guarded. This is guarded. This is guarded. So now we just need to guard these two squares and give a check. Can we do that? What's the one piece that's not in the attack? We have our rook in the attack, our bishop in the attack, our pawn in the attack, and even our other bishop in the attack. Now the only piece that's not in the attack is the queen. The queen is the answer. Queen to e4 is a wonderful checkmate. Now let me show you something super cool. We showed knight takes c5 and then d takes c5, right? Because this d pawn is the one that's taking the knight. But what if they play queen takes c5? Then let's see, if we do the exact same line, knight takes d4, now they can play queen takes d4. Uh-oh, now we're doing horrible, right? Because the queen captures and gives a check to this king, right? And later on, the queen can't come to e4 because of this queen, which is very powerful on this d4 square. So let's see. We don't want to play knight d4, but here's another sacrifice. Knight to c7. Wonderful. So now after queen takes e7, which is basically forced, queen takes e7, now we can come back in with our queen e4 and a wonderful checkmate. Wow, guys, that puzzle was tough. But now let's move on to the next one. This puzzle is also very confusing, but I think we can do it, guys. And guys, be sure to check out the Mate in 2, the Mate in 1, and all those other videos. The Mate in 2, the most recent Mate in 2, will be put up at the top. And let's think. Okay, this Mate in 3 seems very interesting. It's another knight sack, I'll give you that much. And there's two solutions. But we also have to keep in mind, their king is in the center. It can come to f6, f7, e6, d7, or e8, or d8, or f8. So if we give a check, it's basically checkmate. It can come to d8 and f8 because of the queen and the bishop, respectively. It can't come to d7 or e8 because of the bishop. And, okay, fine, knight. You can also guard the d7 square. Can't come to e6 or f7 because of the two pawns, and it can't come to f6 because of our wonderful, wonderful queen. So let's think. There's two solutions, and the first one starts out with knight g6, right? If they take with this h pawn, h takes, then what we can play is we can play knight d5 check. Remember, they can't take our queen because they're in check. So they have to take with their pawn, and then we have a wonderful, what is it? Queen e5. Queen e5, check, and mate. As this queen is now extremely powerful, as it guards this square, this square, this square, gives a check, and this square, and the bishop also takes care of the rest. So, let's try and find the other solution. Okay, knight g6, fg6. But now it's just a simple mate in one, right? Bishop g5. Everyone in the party, look at it. Bishop, queen, bishop. Okay, this knight, rook, and this rook, they're not in the party, but hey, these guys are helping out a lot. So now we have those two solutions, right? And now our very last one starts off with a wonderful knight d5 idea. And then after, let's say, e takes d5, then we can play another wonderful, wonderful, wonderful move. We can play our knight g6. And then after fg6, remember, what can we play? Bishop g5. And after he6, what can we play? You got it, guys. Queen e5. Thank you so much for watching today's videos. Be sure to subscribe, check out the puzzle solving playlist, and I hope to see you soon. And make sure to leave a comment on what you want next. That's all from me now. See you soon.